Welcome to the birthplace of college football, the campus of Rutgers University of Piscataway, New Jersey, where the game will be a little more technical, but no less intense than that showdown with Princeton in 1869. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Yellow Jackets offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all, man.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
Hines is way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Brown will throw it. Quickly complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Comes out throwing on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Taylor. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
That last completion sets him up on second down. The give to the back. And the Yellow Jackets will have a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll throw it on first down. Finds his big tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
To the air on first down. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down inbounds, that's really impressive.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Taylor. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
7, Rutgers 0.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Rutgers offense has the ball for the first time. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You've got to to be careful with David. I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. It's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different...
Can anyone catch him? At the 30. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
What did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass, this quarterback getting a little bit of confidence, this passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he puts through the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the... will wrestle him down. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Here's the give off the left side. At the 40, there he goes. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Brown wants to pass. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
That's how you blow up the screen pass here on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast, force the incompletion.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Snagged on the outside, it's Taylor. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you could do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that...
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! This guy is so impressive, both with his ability to move, to buy time, to run, and then he'll kill you with his arm.
Unbelievable. He's just a freak. It's like he's playing a video game, and everybody else is trying to play real-life football. It's ridiculous to be that fast and still be a quarterback, still make plays down the field. It's just not fair.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. A 1st down for the offense. The inside handoff. At the 35, he's loose. Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run.
Brown will throw it. Quick completion on the out route. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
The Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Finds his tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Scarlet Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get up. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Trying to get to him. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
The Scarlet Knights decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to move it through the air. Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Catch in the middle, it's Taylor. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
On the ground, it's Maddox. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Rutgers, 14.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get...
And he breaks into the open. The 40. The 30. Past the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Not nearly as much running room as he'd hoped. He's out of bounds at the 13. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Brown wants to pass. He's got his man to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Pulls it in. It's Taylor. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This offense is clicking. Everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Throws to the wideout. And that pass intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Leaves it with the back. Jukes his way for more. And he's still running after the move. Got a lot of running room. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Rutgers. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for a lot more on that one. Instead, he's out of bounds at the 14. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Gonna let it fly. And he gets the foot down. It's a catch deep along the left sideline.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Quarterback checking the play. Brown will throw it. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there. And they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
He'll take a shot. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass.
28.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yeah, and this offense, it's been impressive just seeing how well they've been executing, too, because they're playing with a sense of urgency, David. They know they've got to go score a touchdown every time they take the field.
It's like a tennis match. You're just trying to break serve at some point, just back and forth. Both offenses having a lot of success in this football game.
Feeling some heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And they got him for the sack.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback. The
give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Number 94, on to kick it away.
Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Piscataway. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the birthplace of college football.
And the Yellow Jackets will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, Dave.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
Coming after it. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And the Scarlet Knights will punt it away on fourth down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets it away from his own end zone. Makes a move. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Going with the ground game left. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Now on first down from the 28. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback moving. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack, once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Tight end finds a soft spot. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball is going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes, and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Running back searching for a hole. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Yellow Jackets trying to cash it in on first and goal. Touch pass on the run. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run up to the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Penn State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The Scarlet Knights want to crank the tempo.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Getting some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him, and sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for them.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They'll run the screen. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line. And the Scarlet Knights want to move quickly. Fast motion from the offense. Off play action. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And this defense is smelling blood right now. Like, they know they got them right where they want them. Got them at 3rd down and long. They got to lead by 3 possessions. Everything is going their way. This offense is in trouble.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the 4th quarter. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Brown wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. A shot toward the end zone. Fires and picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the 4th quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
Encroachment. Defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. From the gun. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
And the pass, it's picked off. He was looking for running room, but they get him down at the 28, and now they are set up.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
This offense is in no hurry, right? Control the clock is priority #1. I'm going to run the football. I got the lead. I already got great field position, but I'm not interested in scoring right away. I got to make sure I watch that play clock tick down, maximize those seconds, and keep being...
Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And this defense has done such a great job. Another sack on the day. They forced an interception. They've been flying all over the field playing great defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got him downfield. Running toward the tape. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a red zone.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. The give out of the gun. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
4th down coming up.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for it.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Working the middle, it's complete.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now at wide receiver. You get it in his hands quick. He can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Brown will throw it. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. 4th quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night.
I just love the fact that the defense is out there and they're still battling and they're still fighting. Obviously, they're way down here late in the 4th quarter, but they still think they have a chance to win. Don't tell them the game's over. That's a great individual effort on that interception.
A strike downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. He wants to throw. Got the quick pass. Bulldozes his way through. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together. Maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. One touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? Coming to the line, looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 29. back to the air one more time. Got his man on the right. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from.
A shot toward the end zone. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Quick completion on the out. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Brown wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And his offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And when it's 3rd and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. The offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that. But they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock it.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. It's complete to the right. And tackled there by the defense. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the 1st without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Ready,
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. They're trying to get to him. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
And these aren't easy situations for these offenses, man. Like, it's a known passing situation. The defense is playing coverage. Nowhere to go with the football, forces the incompletion, and this one is all but over.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
First down for the offense.
Brown will throw it. He lets one fly deep. Final shot falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. He didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one, actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got to stop late. That's why you got the dub.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.